Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it's Goatsy, and welcome back to another video. So, you guys know that one Fnaf game that came out like 6 years ago, Ultimate Custom Night? Yeah, it was a pretty big hype when it came out. I mean, like, look at the roster of character that you can suffer from. During that hype, there were countless of videos trying to beat it, to beat mostly the 2050 mode, which I think is impossible. Uh, but artists decided that playing the game is not cool enough. I'm sorry. So, the challenge to all the animatronics from Ultimate Custom Night appeared. Like every one of them, no exceptions. To be honest, I tried that challenge when it first came out, but I was then drawing on my phone with my finger. Yeah, and making videos didn't interest me. Today, I'm doing it for real. It's going to be the FNAF 1 cast because I'm not going to suffer through hours of painting characters. Sorry. The FNAF 1 cast, yes, which means Freddy Fazbear, Bunny the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and Foxy the Pirate Fox. So I did the sketches back in July and never got motivation to actually continue them. The line art is pretty simple, mostly using pen sensitivity because I hate having to remember how big and what number made the lines. Of course, small details, smaller lines, no problem. For the most part, the line art is a love-hate relationship. I hate doing it, but it ends up decent enough. Since I am a nice person, I am going to mostly skip the part of the line art because it's actually boring and it's just me doing line art. Starting with the star of the show, Freddy Fazbear, I color picked all the colors of the animatronics to make them as accurate as possible. I wanted all the animatronics to fit my style and also fit the real style of real animatronics in real life, like clothes. Most animatronics in real life are clothes, but the cast aren't. And at least for the FNAF 1 period. I gave Freddy his signature bow tie, and top hat, but also a shirt and a vest. I made the white in the eyes not white because later the highlights will happen more. The vest is blue and the shirt is a very pale blue to match the eyes. The top hat and bow tie stay black because that is Freddy's signature color for his bow and hat. For the shading, I'll be honest, I struggled a lot, mostly because I was trying to find a different way to shade and highlight, which are kinda inspired from Santa's art. Yeah, that guy. You've heard of him at least once. I might have retried the shading like 3 times, I'm not sure, but once I got it, I got used to it for everyone else. I used orange for the highlights and put the layer in add, which I did not do with the others because I thought it looked weird. The eyes, it was the first time I shaded them that way, and I think it came out great. And even my friend wants to eat it. Adding the background with the white outlines, I was feeling like it was a little bland, so I did a space triangles, like in anime or manga. I don't know what they are called, don't come for me. I also colored the parts of the line arts to look softer and not too brash. I do that with my line art every time, and my Freddy is done. So now for Bonnie, I also color picked every color he had. And can I just say that I love working with purple and red. It's so easy to shade in highlight. At least for me it is. I don't know about you. Now I gave Bonnie protruding front teeth, buck teeth, because he is a bunny and his actual design was missing it. Unless I'm blind, and he does. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, made his bow tie different from Freddy's. Bonnie's is rounder and has a square middle instead of a triangle middle. I also gave him a vest and a shirt just like Freddy's, so they match. Now for the shading, it was pretty easy since I did it for the first time with Freddy. The only thing I didn't do is use layer with the add option because like I said, Freddy looked weird when I did. Some funky highlights to make the character pop out a little. Also painting the middle red so it fits with the color scheme. Don't at me, I like a good color palette that fits. Now for Bunny's eyes, I tried making them look more soft and less menacing, since he is a bunny. The eyes resemble Freddy's but with more highlights. Finishing a few things before background with the white outline. And of course, I did a speech emote. And just like that, Bonnie is done and beautiful. And for Chica, I didn't change much of her design, just a feather on her head, because I thought it'd look cuter and make her look more innocent. I couldn't pick the colors again, struggling to find a good color for the beak, of course. Now, Chica is actually a creepy, unsettling animatronics, more than the others, in my opinion. She acts weird and stares more. I made her eye more square-shaped, and you'll see with the pupils that I did the same when I shade. So it would give her a more unsettling look. Fun fact, some of my friends actually agree that she's the creepiest witch actress baby. Of course, we can't forget about the cupcake, Carl, Mr. Cupcake, whatever you want to call him. I try and make him look cuter and also remove the buck teeth because for me a cupcake doesn't have buck teeth and will never do. To shade Chica, it was actually pretty easy, since she's yellow. I had to use orange. And oh boy, I love working with yellow. It wasn't sarcasm. To be honest, I don't think I hate any color to shade and highlight. Okay, maybe black and white, and maybe red. The eyes are shaded like the others, less highlights, because I didn't want to make her look as creepy as I could. I did a minimal shading for Carl. I mean, how do you shade a half cupcake? I did touch-ups on Chica, more shading and highlights. Of course, give her an extra pair of eyelashes. This is totally new to me too. Then the background and the outline, and you know the drill at that point. I did the word eat because she loves eating and actually fits the scary vibe I actually wanted to give her. And boom, Chica the chicken. Foxy was the one that took me the least time, maybe because of how simple his design is. I didn't really change anything about him, just his hair, because 3 strands on his original design make me wheeze every time. Now, unlike the others, Foxy's mainly made with warm colors instead of a warm and a cold color. I think that's very interesting because it makes him more different than the others. More of an outcast than he already is. I mean, he lives in the stage far from the main one. For his design, I mostly followed the original. I didn't want to add anything else because he is out of service and therefore doesn't need all the pizzazz. I made this metal yellow to fit the color scheme, just like the rest. For the shading, I tried making Foxy look more mad, since he can't run anymore. I actually find it very interesting that instead of running to the office, he tears himself apart, legs first. I can't imagine the chaos if you had to watch Foxy all the time to make sure he doesn't run at you. On the eye, singular because of the eye patch, I made his eyes look more of gold instead of a weird yellow that he originally has going on. I also find it very funny that he isn't actually missing a second eye. And just like that, Foxy is done. this is the final result. I really hope you like this because I do. I kindly invite you to like, subscribe, and comment if you want. For now, Goatsy signing off.